Hey guys, welcome to another video. And in this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things that I felt were kind of holding me back mentally, and a few things that really were getting in my way of becoming the best person that I can be, and just from having that success mindset overall. And I feel like the number one overarching thing that really held me back a lot mentally was I used to equate success and women. I used to think that those were two things that went hand in hand, because I used to always think, okay, when I get to a certain point in my life, when I'm, in dental school or in school, I'll be dating this girl, or I'll be with this girl. And having that mindset, I realized, gave me just unrealistic expectations. And it was something that I had to learn to kind of taper and understand that just because you're successful or you're trying to be your best self, you're not always going to have, girls that believe in you or whatever. You're not always going to have, a girl right there by your side, and that's okay. It's like some people do and some people don't. But just because you don't have a significant other or you're not in a relationship doesn't mean that you're not successful. So I really had to learn to kind of change the way that I think of success. And I had to start to realize that success is truly defined by, being able to do what you love, but also being able to make a living off of doing what you love. And if you're in a relationship and doing that, cool. But if you're not, you're still successful. And not being in a relationship doesn't take anything away from that. And the other thing that was overarching that really hindered, my mindset regarding success was kind of learning the difference between using your past experiences to build from, or using your past experiences to kind of pull you down. And I had to learn to use my past experiences to kind of build from, instead of allowing them to tear me down. Because especially being in school, it gets really easy to have a bad week and you do poorly on your exams or quizzes or whatever the case may be, and you allow that to weigh you down a lot mentally. But where the true change comes is when you're able to capitalize on that, when you're able to honestly look at yourself and say, you know what, this didn't go the way I wanted, it was just a hard exam, or this didn't go the way I wanted, I just didn't study as much as I should have, or, I procrastinated a little too much when I was studying, so I know I can't do that next time, or this didn't go as well as I thought because I let my guard down. I thought it was going to be easier than it was. So those are all things that you can kind of build from. And adopting that kind of mindset allows you to be more constructive when you're looking to make changes. And so, yeah, I feel like those are really the two things that I really had to learn. And and so, just to recap, I feel like the number one thing that sometimes people allow to hold them back, and especially myself included, would be kind of using girls as a status point for success, kind of thinking, okay, when I get here, I'm going to have girls, or, when I'm successful, I'm going to have girls. And just understanding that, of course, if you have a girlfriend or whatever, you're in a relationship, that's cool. But at the same time, that's also no measuring point for success. The only way to measure success is by you and by the work that you're putting in and the work that you're doing to work on yourself. And the second tip is just not being too hard on yourself, and kind of building on past lessons and things like that, instead of allowing your past, shortcomings or whatever to kind of weigh you down. And I really think the key is to not look at, L's or whatever as, losses, but to look at them as lessons. And I believe when you flip that and kind of say, okay, well, this exam didn't go very well, instead of that being an L, it's still an L, but it's a lesson instead of a loss, and kind of building on it that way. So yeah, you guys, those are my tips. I hope you guys found them super helpful. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one.